Welcome to Brisbane. Why the Lions?
Yeah, thanks. Very excited to be here. It's obviously been a big process to get myself in a position where it's all done and dusted. I feel a sense of relief, and there's not one little factor that made the Lions the right choice for me. There's a lot of things that go into a decision like that. A lot of considerations to make. Speaking to friends and family who are really close and important to me. And then just trying to predict what I wanted the second half of my career to look like, and very pleased and proud to be at the Brisbane Lions.
What do you picture it looking like then up here?
Yeah, I'm getting used to the sunshine, so I don't know if my skin complexion's going to take a while to settle into that. But it's hard to know exactly what a football club's like from the outside. They can often be quite different on the inside than they look on the outside, but to see where Brisbane have come from in the last number of years is pretty exciting. A high level of talent and a brand of footy that's very competitive and hard to play against. And I'm hopeful that I can come here and pay the faith that Brisbane's put in me. To come here as a free agent and hopefully apply some hard work and add something to this team.
During the process of making this move, no doubt you would have had a look on the inside, tours and that sort of thing. What impressed you when you actually got to sort of come inside, talk to coaches and staff and other players?
Yeah, look, I mean, it was a challenging year for everybody given the restrictions, and the AFL landscape looked a little bit different to what it normally does this year. But for me, having a lot of discussions with Chris and David Noble, I've really felt like this was going to be a place where I felt really comfortable, and I certainly feel that already. I certainly feel very welcomed, and from my point of view, I'm keen to hit the ground running and get into training as soon as possible, and just get to know all the players and staff as quickly as possible. So hopefully it's a smooth transition into next year.
Joe, you said there was no one factor, but are you able to elaborate on a couple of the other things? Was it, we've heard, lifestyle potentially, or maybe your relationship with Peter Blanche? Is there a couple of things you might be able to elaborate on?
Yeah, look, I mean, all those things, are part of the decision, and the team and performance side of things, the exciting talent that Brisbane's got. For me, it's been a challenging couple of years from a physical point of view. So I'm certainly very excited to get back and play some consistent football. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. But I think, as I touched on before, it's all those factors put together, and Brisbane felt like the right one.
About your body, I mean, I guess that's what most people are sort of wondering: is he going to be able to stand up? What's going to make things different?
Yeah, look, I think I'm in a really good space physically. I think this year I was able to get a lot of work in, and there were certainly challenges given the restrictions of the AFL landscape this year. So it made getting back a little bit longer road than perhaps I would have liked, given the fact that we were relocated. The team wasn't training a hell of a lot, so there was a lot of training getting done by myself, and that probably just slowed the process to getting back out there on the field. But I was pleased I was able to get out there and play a couple of games late in the year, although I wish it was probably a little bit earlier. I'm feeling really good and really ready to hit the ground running in pre-season.
Brisbane have got a history in the last few years of turning players around who've been battling injury. I mean, Lee McCarthy's probably the biggest one, but even Birch as well being here. I mean, their medical teams sort of tried and tested in that department. Yeah,
look, they've got a fantastic track record in that regard. It doesn't mean that it's always going to continue that way. There's certainly different challenges for different players, but I've spoken to guys like Birch and other teammates who are fully supportive of the whole structure that they've got at the Brisbane Lions at the moment, from a footy and a physical department. And as I said before, I'm really pleased to be a part of that.
Joe, the Lions finished second on the ladder the past 2 years. In terms of finals, it went one week further this year. I guess, are you the final piece to the sort of jigsaw here? Is there a lot of pressure on you to take them to that next step and win the flag?
Yeah, look, I think from my experience in football, anything that's happened the year before doesn't guarantee anything that goes on into the future. And Brisbane have had a great win-loss record in recent times, but that doesn't guarantee you anything. You still need to knuckle down and continue to stick to a process and a vision. And I think the Brisbane Lions are going to do that, and I'm really excited to be a part of that, and hopefully I can play a role in helping the guys on field, and supporting the coaches in what they're trying to achieve. And from my point of view, it's a really exciting time.
Do you give up on that pressure? Because Marco was saying, look, people are going to be looking at you as probably the missing piece to the puzzle. Is that it? Yeah,
look, I mean, my psychology around playing the game hasn't changed. From my first game, it's about being really clear on where I want to get to, working as hard as I can, and going out and performing. And that's not going to change here. It all starts with having strong, consistent work. I need to get into that right now, and hopefully when the season comes around, I'll be able to support the players and the coaches in trying to move the club forward. And something I'm really excited and passionate about, and I look forward to getting into it.
What's the last few years been like for you, Joe? Obviously the troubles with your body. Has your confidence wavered at all?
Nah, look, I think it has been challenging from an on-field perspective. As a footballer, all you want to do is go out and play and have a lot of fun and enjoyment playing. And I've been starved of that in the last few years. So from my point of view, I'm really excited and can't wait to get out there and pull on the jumper and just enjoy playing football, because that's why I play the game, is for enjoyment and striving with teammates to achieve something, and that won't change for me.
On the Essendon end of things, how's the relationship there leaving there? Did you leave on good terms? Were they understanding of your wish to want to go somewhere else?
Yeah, look, it was, I've had a fantastic relationship with the Essendon Football Club, not just in my playing days, but as a supporter growing up, and they've been incredibly supportive of me for a very long period of time. And I spoke with the coach and the CEO after it was all done and dusted, and got their full support, that they understood why I needed a fresh start, needed a change, and I can't thank them enough for the time I spent there, and for that continued support. And there's a lot of people there that I'll continue to have a relationship with, beyond just football.
It's a club that's been under the spotlight pretty heavily the last few months, or particularly this year, with talk about culture and that sort of thing. Was any of that a factor in you wanting to find a new home?
Nah, none of that was. I spoke before about there being a lot of factors, and for me that didn't really come into consideration. I thoroughly enjoyed my time at the Essendon Football Club. As a youngster, as a supporter, and then as a player, I had a great time there. But for me, I just needed a fresh start, needed that change, and something I'm really excited about now, to look forward and look into the future, and continue to strive to be the player I want to become, and hopefully provide a bit of support to the Brisbane Lions.
The trio of forwards Brisbane have now got, McStay, Hippie, yourself. We asked Zorko what you should be known as, and he said the three daddy longlegs. Do you support that?
I'm not sure if I support that nickname, but I'm very excited to play alongside those guys. They've been a proven forward line for a number of years now. You're throwing Cam Rayner and Charlie Cameron, these sorts of guys. It's it's a pretty exciting bunch, and I'm excited to get in and put the work in for those guys. Firstly, earn their respect, and secondly, hopefully be able to support them on the field.
Getting a lace out for the Brownlow medals, so that'd be pretty handy.
Yeah, it'd be pretty nice. I'm looking forward to playing with Lockie, playing with a lot of guys that from the outside I've respected for a long time. To get the chance to play alongside them will be a huge thrill for me.